Hello everyone, good morning to all of you and welcome to English Medium Prep by Exampur, and I'm Kumar Ravi. I'm here to discuss some important concepts in science. Guys, just join this session as soon as possible and share this session among all your friends. Okay, so everyone, I come live at 10 a.m. in the morning and 2 p.m. in afternoon, and I discuss some most important questions from the previous year's section, as well as the theory question, theory concepts in 2 p.m. Session, so that the concepts of science can be cleared, so that you can solve the questions very easily. Okay, so never miss these two sessions, as well as some of our other colleagues are also completing their syllabus in theory as well as in question sections. Okay, so guys, here you are seeing that this is the official application. Actually, I will let you know about this application. This is official Exampur application, and this application is here just to provide, just to cater the quality education, quality content, and the books, as well as a lot of materials to you. Okay, most of them is absolutely free, and some of them is paid at a very low fees. Okay, so guys, today we will start some more questions, but today I will give you some questions, and I will discuss some numerical problems, actually. Okay, random numerical problems. Okay, so we have already discussed one liner questions. Those are very simple, actually. But in case today, nowadays I am just seeing that in Indian Railways, and CPO and CDS questions. Okay, some numerical problems are also asked. Okay, so that's why you will have to prepare yourself for the numerical section also. Okay, so we will discuss some numericals today. Okay, so guys, just first of all, please share this video among all your friends, so that they too can take the benefit of this session. Yes. Okay. So guys, I will explain about this application 5 or 10 minutes later. Okay, so let me give you one question. Guys, if we talk about the questions from the laws of motion, then there is a very simple formula, that is F is equal to ma, and you can achieve the answers. You can just solve that question, okay, in a very simple manner. Suppose that the questions from laws of motion, laws of motion. Laws of motion. Okay, so laws of motion, we will discuss the questions on laws of motion. Question number one. Question number one. Suppose that a force of 10 Newton. Suppose that this is the wheel of a train. Okay, so this is a wheel of the train like this. Okay, this is a wheel of the train like this, and this train is being run, and this train is being run. Okay, so this is the train, and this is the train, this is the train. Okay, so this is the train, actually. Yes, So guys, you will have to find out the tension in the string that is connecting actually these three coaches of the train. Okay, so suppose that this is the string, and now you will have to find out this is the second string actually. Okay, so this is the second string, and now you have to find out that you have to find out. Suppose that this is the force. This is the force that has been applied by something 500 Newton. 500 Newton. And suppose that this is mass m1 and this mass is m2. Okay, and this mass is m3. And suppose that mass m1 mass m1 is equal to mass m1 is equal to you have been given m1 is equal to 30 kilograms, sorry, 300 kilograms. Okay, m2 is equal to 500 kilograms. Okay, yes, and m3, this is equal to 700 kilograms. Okay, now you have to find out the tension in these two strings. Now you have to find out the tension in these two strings. My dear students, we all know that the tension in the string is always shown away from the object. Okay, suppose that this string is this string is connected is connecting between the two m1 mass and m2 mass. Okay, so if we know that we know that this string will possesses some tension. This string will possesses some tension like this. Okay, so it means the tension will be shown like this. Okay, tension will be shown like this, because we all know that the tension will be shown away from the, sorry, tension will be shown away from the object. Okay, so this is the away from the object. Okay, so this will be the tension like this, and the tension will be equal to, suppose that this tension is T1. Okay, if the string is same, then the tension will also be equal to same. Okay, always remember that if the string is same, then the tension will also be equal to same. Then the tension will also be equal to same. Okay, so this tension is T1, and now suppose that, suppose that this tension is T2. Okay, so this tension is T2. Okay, so this tension is T2. This tension is T2. This tension is T2. Okay, like this. Okay, and suppose that this is T1, and now we all know that this tension is T2, and this tension will be equal to T3. Okay, so this tension will be equal to T3. This tension will be equal to T3. This tension will be equal to T3. T3. Okay, so T1, T2, T3. So T1, T2, T3. T1, T2, T3. These three tensions, you will have to find out the values of them. Okay, so this is very simple question actually. I'm sure that you will find such type of questions in your exam, because these questions are asked in different examinations. These questions are asked in different examinations. Okay, so solve such type of questions, solve these questions. Okay. Yes, guys. So solve this question. Okay. Okay. So guys, such type of questions are solved in this way, that first of all we will have to add the masses of all these three. Okay. So first of all we will have to add the masses of all these three, so that, okay, to calculate we will have to first draw a system boundary. Okay, we will have to calculate the total mass inside this boundary. Okay, so total mass inside this boundary, suppose that there is a cover, suppose that there is a cover in which the total mass is equal to m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay, so total mass is equal to m1 plus m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay, so this is the total mass, this is the total mass. Okay. This is the total mass, and that can be written as complete capital M. Okay, and suppose that the force that is actually acting, okay, suppose that this is the force acting, this produces an acceleration A. Okay, so this force produces an acceleration A, and according to that the acceleration of the train will be equal to acceleration of train, acceleration of train will be equal to acceleration of train will be acceleration of train will be acceleration of train will be A. Okay, so A will be equal to F upon capital M. Okay, and this will be equal to 500 Newton, 500 Newton upon, and this will be equal to 300 plus 500, 800, this is 1500, and this will be equal to 1500 kg. Okay, so the total acceleration, so the total acceleration, so the total acceleration will be equal to like this. Okay, so the total acceleration will be equal to like this, 500 into this 3 times. Okay, so this will be equal to 1 upon 3 times. It means this will be equal to 1 by 3 meters per second square. This will be equal to meters per second square. It means the acceleration of the train will be equal to like this. If we talk about the tension of this, okay, if we talk about the tension about this, okay, suppose that we have drawn this train like this. Okay, we have drawn this coach actually. So we have drawn this coach like this, and we all know that this will be the only tension which will pull. This is the tension which is responsible for the pull of, or for the motion of this coach. Okay, so this tension will produce the same acceleration, this tension will produce the same acceleration A. Okay, so this tension will be calculated as the T is equal to ma or F is equal to ma. Okay, so this tension will produce the F is equal to ma. Okay, suppose that this is the tension, so tension T will be equal to m1 into A, m1 into A. Okay, so m1 into A, and this will be equal to, and this will be equal to what? This will be equal to 300 into 300 multiplied by 1 upon 3, and this will be equal to 100 Newton. This will be equal to 100 Newton. Okay, So this will be the solution. Okay, so this will be the correct answer of that. Okay, now you if we are interested to find out the value of the tension T2, then we will have to draw, then we will have to show the tensions acting on this. Okay, show the forces acting on this. My dear students, tension in a string is nothing but the force. Whenever we apply the force at the two ends of a string, then obviously we can see that the tension in the tension in the string has been produced. Okay, so the tension is nothing but a transmitted form of force. Okay, transmitted form of force along a string or along a rope. Okay, so that's why we can say that the unit of the tension will be same as the unit of force. Okay, so your tension is nothing but the force. So here now we will draw the this kind of, so now we will draw this kind of force. Okay, so this is like this. So this array, so this is like this. Okay, so this will be equal to T1. Okay, so this will be equal to T1. Okay, so this will be equal to T1 and this will be equal to, this will be equal to T1. This is T1 and this is T2. Okay, so now we all know that this block is moving with acceleration a. Okay, so T2 will be equal to m2, T2 will be equal to T1, or we can say that T2 minus T1. Okay, so T2 minus T1, and that will be equal to m2 into a. Okay, so this will be equal to m2 into a. You may be confused about that, why this is minus T1, and this is because that a force is acting in this direction and a force is also acting in this direction. Okay, so actually T1, this block is moving in the direction of T2, and that's why the net force will be in this direction. Okay, the net force will be in this direction, and hence this is the reason that we have just taken as minus T1, and this is equal to the net force. Okay, so this will be equal to, so T2 minus T1, yes, T2 minus 100, and this will be equal to M2. M2 is 500 multiplied by 1 by 3. Okay, so that will be equal to 500 by 3. So T2 will be equal to 100 plus 500 by 3. It means T2 will be equal to 800 by 3. 800 by 3 Newton. Okay, so this will be the tension in the string T2. Okay, so in this way we can solve the question, any question actually. Okay, so in this way we can solve any questions related to train or box. Okay, now we will take some examples of pulley system. Okay, so I will take very basic pulley actually, because I have seen that in some exams the pulley system also asked, and this is a very simple concept actually. Okay, the problems based on the pulley can also be made very difficult, but we will not take it as very difficult, because in your exams very simple questions are asked. Okay, so I will say that just like CHSL and CPO and CDS. Okay, in such questions, in such exams, this kind of questions can be asked. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, day by day the level of the exam is continuously increasing, and hence I am saying that you will have to prepare yourself in such a manner that no question can be left blank. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, now we will take another example based on the pulley. Okay, suppose that there is a pulley like this. Okay, suppose that there is a pulley like this. Okay, so this is a pulley. Okay, so this is a pulley like this, and yes, there is a pulley. Okay, and suppose that this, if this is, oh, suppose that if this is a pulley, then obviously we can say that this is a string. Okay, so this is a rope. This rope is actually passing over the pulley. Okay, so this rope is actually passing over the pulley like this. Okay, see, this rope is actually passing over the pulley like this. Okay, and this is nothing but, yes, this is nothing but, we can say that the mass. Okay, mass, this is the mass, and the mass of this system has been taken. Suppose that this is fixed. Okay, so this is the ground, and the mass is equal to 10 kilograms. Mass is equal to 10 kilograms. Mass is equal to 10 kilograms. Okay, so suppose that you are asked to find out. Suppose that you are asked to find out the tension in the string. Okay, now what will be the correct answer? Suppose that this is the roof. Okay, suppose that this is the roof. Now calculate the tension in the string. Suppose that how can we calculate the string tension? Actually, this is the tension will be shown like this, away from the object, as I have already told that you will show the tension in the string away from the body. Okay, now the tension in the string will be shown like this also. Oh, the tension in the string will be shown like this. Okay, so this is nothing but, yes, this will be shown like this. Okay, so this will be the tension in the string like this. Okay, yes, by mirror. Okay, so tension in the string will be shown like this also. Yes, so this will be the tension in the string. Okay, this will be the tension in the string. This will be the tension in the string. Yes. Okay, no worry. So this will be the tension in the string. Okay, so this will be the tension in the string like this. Okay, now you can calculate the tension in the string very easily. If the string is same, then obviously the tension in the string will also be equal to same. Now you will have to find out the tension in this string also. Okay, so in this string you will have to find out the tension. Okay, so suppose that this will be the tension in the string, because the tension in this string will be greater than the tension this side. Okay, suppose that this is the tension T1, this is the tension T1, this is the tension T1. Tension will be same as the string is same. Okay, now the tension in the string will be equal to T2, and this will be equal to T2. Suppose that. Okay, so this will be the tension and this will be equal to T2. Okay, so now calculate the tension in the string like this. Okay, so we will have to calculate. Guys, how can we calculate? Let me know. If you know how to solve the question, such type of question, this is a very simple question. Actually, we all know that this body is hanging, and the another end has been fixed, okay, and the another end has been fixed like this. Okay, and the another end has been fixed like this. Okay, so suppose that this is the mass. Okay, so this is the mass, and this will have a weight. Okay, so it will have a weight like this. So weight of this body will act like this. Okay, so this will be the weight. Okay, so it will be the weight like this. Okay, suppose that the weight of the body will be equal to mg. Okay, weight of the body will be equal to mg. But we all know that this block will remain in the state of rest. This block will remain in the state of rest because this block will remain in the state of rest because the string has been fixed. String has been fixed, and hence we will say that the acceleration of the body will also be equal to 0. The acceleration of the body will also be equal to 0, and hence we will say that if this body is not moving, it means there is no external force applied, or we can say that all the forces are balancing each other. Okay, so that no net force has been applied on this body. That's why the for tension T1 and the weight mg will be equal. Okay, so that's why the tension T1 and the weight mg will be equal. So that's why we can say that the tension here, tension T1 will be equal to mg. T1 tension, that will be equal to m into g. Okay, so tension T1, this will be equal to m into g. M into g, it means m what, 10 kg, and g is 9.8 meters per second square. So T1, that will be equal to 98 Newton. Okay, so this will be equal to 98 Newton. So this will be equal to 98 Newton. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. So this will be the correct answer. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. Okay, please note down. Suppose that now we are interested to find out the value of the tension T2. Then to calculate the value of the tension T2, we will have to draw the net force acting on the system. Net force acting on this pulley. Okay, then we can find out the value of the tension T2, because here you can see that the tension, two forces are actually acting. Two forces means tensions. Okay, as I have already told you that tension is also a force. Okay, so here the tension T2 is acting vertically upwards, and T1 these are acting vertically downwards. Okay, so T1 and T1 are vertically downward. Okay, so at this point we can say that this is, so at this point we can say that at this point we can say that so at this point we can say that these two tensions. Okay, so this is the tension T1, this is the tension T2. Array, okay, no issue. So this is the tension T2, and this one is like this. So this is T1. Okay, so this is T1, and now this is T1. Okay, now this is T1. Okay, so now this is T1, and this one is also not T1. Okay, so this is T2. So this is T2. So this is T2, and this is T1, and this is T1. Okay, so T1 and this is T2. So these are equal. It means T1 will be equal to T1 plus T1. Okay, so T2 will be equal to 2T1. So you can see that the tension in the main arm is equal to the twice of the tension in the arm, side arm. Okay, hence we can say that T2 will be equal to 2 into mg. Okay, hence T2 will be equal to 2 into 98. Okay, so T2 will be equal to 196 Newton. So T2 will be equal to 196 Newton. Okay, so it will be the correct answer. So this will be the correct answer. So this will be the correct answer. Guys, if you are watching this live, then please do like this session. And okay, so this is the second example, and this one is very important example for you. Okay, so Okay, now please note down. And suppose that yes. Okay, so now again to the next question we will solve as suppose that if a car is moving, okay, suppose that if a car is moving like this, okay, suppose that if a car is moving like this and car is moving like this, okay, uh, like this. Suppose that if the car is running, if the car is running with the speed, if the car is running with the speed 25 meters per 8 meters per second, this is 8 meters per second, or let it write it as 72 kilometers per hour, okay, 72 kilometers per hour. Suppose that this is moving at 72 kilometers per hour, okay, and brakes are applied and the car comes into the state of rest at this point, okay, brakes are applied and the car comes into the state of rest at this point, and car comes into the state of rest at this point, okay, and suppose that the mass is equal to m and the mass of the car is m and the car comes into the state of rest after moving a certain distance, okay, suppose that after moving a certain distance, and this certain distance is like this, okay, so you will have to calculate this certain distance, this is s, okay. Now suppose that if brakes are applied, if brakes are applied like this, brakes are applied with the force of 2000 newton, okay, so 2000 newton, sorry, 2000 newton, okay, and the mass of the car is 500 kg, mass of the car is equal to 500 kg. Now what will be the distance covered by this car before coming before into the state of rest? So this question is the combination of force and motion on a straight line. So how can we solve such kind of questions? How can we solve such kind of questions? So guys, first of all we will have to find out the braking force, okay. So first of all we will have to find out the braking force, and this is what I had already given 2000 newton, and the mass of the car has already been given. It means we can easily calculate the acceleration, I mean retardation of the car, okay. So if we can calculate the retardation of the car, then obviously we can conclude that how this car was retarded to the rest, okay. So we can calculate the value of the negative acceleration, which is known as the retardation, okay. Now by using the equation of motion, okay, So by using the equation of motion, that is v square is equal to u square minus 2as, we can conclude that by using v square is equal to u square minus 2as. By using v square is equal to u square minus 2as. Okay, so v square, this is nothing but what? V square is equal to 0 square, and u square means actually 72 kilometers per hour. Okay, so here we all know that u is equal to 72 kilometers per hour. 72 kilometers per hour. 72 kilometers per hour. And this will be equal to 72 into 5 by 18. 5 by 18 meters per second. Okay, so this is 18 4 ja 72. Okay, so this is 18 4 ja 72. 18 4 ja 72. Okay, so this is u is equal to 5 4 ja 20. This is 5 4 ja 20. Okay, this is u is equal to 5 4 ja 20. Now it means this is 20 meters per second square. Okay, so this is 20 square minus 2 into a. And what is a? A is nothing but F upon m, braking force upon m. Okay, so this is F upon m into s. Okay, s has been asked. So this is 0 square, and this will be equal to 20 square, and this will be equal to 2 into 2000 Newton. 2000 Newton upon 500. 2000 upon 500. 2000 Newton upon 500. Okay, so 2000 upon 500. So this is 4. Okay, and this is s multiply. This is s. So it means 20. This will be equal to, okay, so this is equal to 20 square. It means the 20 square will be equal to 20 square. This will be equal to 2 4 ja 8. Okay, so 8 into s. Okay, so s will be equal to 20 square, 20 into 20. 20 into 20. 20 into 20 upon 8. Okay, so this is 4 2 ja 8, and this is 4 5 ja 20, and this is 2 1 ja 2, and this is 2 10 ja 20. So s will be equal to what? 10 5 ja 50. This is 50 meter. Okay, so it means the car will travel approximate 50 meters before it will come into the state of rest. Okay, so we can solve such type of questions in this way. Okay, guys, tomorrow we will solve some questions based upon the lens and mirror also. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss questions on mirror and lens, because in optics there are many questions already asked in different examinations like SSC CHSL, CPO, SSC CGL, okay, Indian Railways, or any state government police exam. Okay, either this is for the constable or head constable or sub inspector level. Okay, so we will discuss some other questions also in this, but today we are just solving the questions from the mechanics section, because in mechanics sections there are many questions which are very important actually. Okay, I am just seeing since the last many years that such type of questions are being asked. Okay, so you should know how to solve this question. Okay, so what is the concept behind the question? Because if you know the concept behind the question, then you can solve the question by just reading that all the steps will be coming in your mind that how can we do this question. Okay, so this will be. So okay, so these are the questions actually. Now examples. Okay, suppose that uh, guys, so this was the questions related to the car, and suppose that if I ask you that how many revolutions its wheel will complete before coming into the rest, the number of revolutions completed by the wheel of the car. Okay, so we will solve it like that number of revolutions completed by the car. Number of revolutions completed by car. Number of revolutions completed by car. Okay, so this will be equal to, the distance traveled by car upon the circumference of the wheel, upon the circumference of the wheel. Okay, circumference of wheel. Okay, so this will be the basic terminology, basic things by which we can solve. Okay, so here we will see that this will be equal to, so this will be equal to, like this. So by just shifting this here by this is this side, we can write it as like this. So this will be equal to 50 meters, 50 meters upon 2 into 22 by 7. Okay, into radius, Okay, so this is the radius, and this is, suppose that, okay, so this will be equal to 350. So 350 upon 44 r. Okay, so this will be the value. Okay, now guys, calculate, note it down, and this is the way how do we solve this question. Okay, so this is the way that we solve the question. I hope that you got all the points, and you can just solve such type of questions very easily in future if I ask you. Okay, and suppose that if I ask you the one question from electricity. Okay, so one question from electricity, and that is for suppose that there are some resistances. Okay, so there are some resistances which has been connected like this. Okay, so there are some resistances which has been connected like this. Okay, connected like this. So these are the questions. Okay, suppose that if the battery terminal is connected to this point and the battery terminal is connected to this point, this is negative. Okay, suppose that this is 2 ohms and this is 4 ohms. Okay, and this is 2 ohms. Okay, now this is 8 ohms and this is 8 and this is 8 ohms. Okay, now calculate if the voltage if the voltage connected between these 2 points is, if the voltage connected to these 2 points is, suppose that 400 volts, 400 volts, then calculate the value of the current, calculate the value of the current. This is I1, okay, so this is I1 and this is I2, okay, and this is I2. So what will be the value of I1 and I2? We all can solve this question very easily. Okay, we all can solve this question very easily, because we all know that first of all we will solve. Okay, so first of all we will solve that what is the resultant value of the resistance. Okay, so what is the resultant value of the resistance? What is the resultant value of resistance? Okay, so what will be the resultant value of resistance? Resultant value, okay, so R net, and this will be equal to R1, R net means, first of all we will calculate the total resistance of this value, and this will be equal to R1, and this will be the total resistance, and this will be value of R2. Okay, so R1 will be equal to 2 plus 2, this is 2 plus 4 plus 2. Okay, so 2 plus 4 plus 2, and this will be equal to 8 ohms. Okay, so this will be equal to 8 ohms. Now, okay, so this will be equal to 8 ohms. Now R2, this will be equal to 16 ohms. Okay, so this will be equal to 16 ohms. Okay, so now R total will be equal to R total, this will be equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2 upon R1 plus R2, and this will be equal to 16 into 8. Okay, 16 into 8 upon 16 plus 8. Okay, so this will be equal to what? R total, and this will be equal to 16 multiplied by 8 upon this is 24. Okay, so this will be cancelled by 3 times. Okay, so the total answer will be equal to, okay, this is will be equal to 16 by 3 ohms. Okay, so now the current will flow, if this connected, then the total current that will be equal to I. Okay, so I will be equal to like this. I will be equal to, yes, so I will be equal to V upon R. That will be equal to what? 400 upon 16 by 3. So 3 will be multiplied by the upper side, 400 multiplied by 3 upon this is 16. So this is 16. Okay, 16, only 16. Okay, so now 4 4 is 16, and 400 4 times this value. Okay, so now 4 1 is 4, and 25 times this. Okay, so 25 into 3, this will be equal to 75. So 75 ampere. 75 ampere. Okay, 75 ampere. Now if I calculate the I1 and I2, then by using current division rule, so by using current division, guys, what is the current division rule? I have already told in my paid batch. Okay, that the current always follow the less resistance path. Okay, so the value of electric current will be high in that path in which the resistance of the body is very low. Okay, so in which the resistance of the body is low. So current division rule, current division rule, yes, I1 will be equal to I1, this will be equal to I1 multiplied by I multiplied by 16 upon 24. Okay, and this will be equal to 75 multiplied by 16 upon 24. It means 8 2 is 16, 8 3 is 20, this. Okay, so here 3 1 ja 3, and this is 25 times. Okay, so 25 into 2, and this will be equal to 50 ampere. 50. So I2 will be equal to I multiplied by 8 upon 24. 8 upon 24, and this will be equal to 75 upon 1 upon 3, and this will be equal to what? 3 1 ja 3, and this is 25, and this will be equal to 25 ampere. So here you can see that these are the values, 50 ampere and 25 ampere. Okay, so by using all these three, by using these values, we can find out the final answer. So this is the final answer. So guys, now let me tell you that this is our official Exampur application. You can download this application from the Play Store, and you will have to just write the Exampur in the search option button. You will find out such kind of logo here. Okay, Exampur, and you will see Exampur Sarkari Naukri Prep. You can install. You will have to install that, and after installing, open it, register it, and after registering, login it. Okay, and then you will see the many kinds of batches there, and you can get admitted into any one or two batches in which you want to enroll, because there are many types of exams. Okay, so these are the basic facilities in this application. Okay, paid courses, we provide the paid courses with test series, subject wise and topic wise quizzes with report card. You will find a report card after after completing the test. Okay, job alert, admit card, exam date. Most of the students, they just forget that when the exam will be happening or when the admit card will be happening. So you can just see the admit card date if there is any announcement. Okay, so all previous year's examination questions with solution PDF. Okay, and the test series, report card, topic wise live classes. Okay, free full length and sectional test with report card. This is free for all. A free exam wise PDF and practice set PDF, daily PDF and monthly current affairs. Last 3 months questions are asked generally in papers. Okay, so unlimited subject wise practice questions. So all these things you get in our official application. So that's why this is highly recommended for you to download the application and just get enrolled in this app. Okay, so guys, tomorrow we will also go live for this session, and we will complete some questions based on optics. Okay, based on optics, it means the lens and mirror will be included. So there will be some questions based on the application and numerical part also. So please be there, and please do like this session and share among all your friends. And if you have not subscribed this channel, then please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon button, so that when we go live, you may get the notifications. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.